I just focus on helping people like me. Probably in school, they're not getting high grades, they're creative, they like to eat, they like to cook. What if I just help people like me who are not being serviced? Because not everyone is meant to go to college. Not everyone is meant to use their other side of the brain, which is not the creative side. So we opened the school back in 2007. Correct. Good.
Confirming.
Okay, we had very limited capital at the time. It was off to such a rocky start that the only faculty we had left after 3 months because we didn't have any students.
Oh,
okay.
no.
But then it just took time to build up, and then eventually we got our first student. And I remember it so well because I spoke with her and her mother for 30 minutes, convincing her. She was like, bakit ka naman papaaral dito, anak ko, di ba? Ako na yata yung pinakaunang estudyante ninyo. But then I explained, I shared my story, I shared my passion, and I think she was pretty much convinced by the love I had for food. And I remember going home to my girlfriend, which is now my wife. Han, can you imagine? I got our first enrollee today. And she was so happy. And then 3 days later, guess what? It's now 5. And then 7 days later, guess what? It's now 15. And we had pegged to have 21 students to fill a class. That was our goal. And then 2 months, we had 2 classes. So we doubled our goal. And it was really great. And since then, it's pretty much all just history. Global Academy started with such a humble beginning, but now we are one of the largest culinary schools in the country in terms of graduates. We graduate upwards of 600, 700 students a year. And despite our very, very low and affordable price, we're able to, recently we won first back-to-back champions at the Philippine Culinary Cup, where countries like Australia and Korea even competed. And we're very proud that we got the best overall, best number of points.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And what really inspires me, I noticed you were asking, is the Japanese have this saying, when you teach someone and they become better than you, that's when you know that your work is done. And funny enough, I have, from the very first batch I taught, we have 3 of those chefs working with me now. 2 of them are instructors in our school, doing very well. One got sent abroad because she won a gold medal in pastry. And then another one is head chef of our restaurant called UDKD, which got Best New Restaurant of the Year award last year.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. But then it just keeps on and on. When students say, Chef, thank you talaga, salamat. Parang masama ng grades ko, bigyan niyo ako ng chance. Tapos, ngayon nagtatrabaho na ako sa hotel. There's one very impressive story. No? There's this lady, and she's from the province. And she had a land dispute with her family members, where that I think her tito, basta a relative, attacked her family, and she was the only one that survived. And her hands got cut off because of the Ebola strikes. Anyway, we got her through the help of Bishop Ledesma. We made her into a scholar. And at first we asked, are you sure you can cook? And she goes, yes, chef. Sa bahay ako'y nagluluto. She had no hands. She only had up until her wrists.
Okay.
And sure enough, it took so long for her to cook. But she would do everything. She could fillet a fish, butcher a chicken, cut calabasa, which is hard because it's a hard vegetable. And she graduated her course without special treatment, only the consideration of giving her extra time. And that was a big deal. And after graduating, the hotels gave her jobs. She has jobs now. And despite her circumstance, she was able to overcome it. So whenever I take a look at her story, and I see other people complaining about life, I just say, just remember that girl lang. What
Yes.
have you got to complain?
True.
All right, so, okay, what's next?
Okay, well, what's next? You know, you were already talking about all the hardships that you've had to go through to establish the school, to even just practice the course that you took up. What made you not give up?
What made me not give up was basically, number one was my love for what I did. And growing up, one of the values that my parents taught me was resilience. Resilience of character, resilience of mind and focus. No? And that's something that I carry with me up until this day, was to always be resilient. Don't give up. Take care of yourself, which is very important. Take care of your mental, your mental state, because how you think, your ideas will eventually become reality. Take care also of your emotional state, because if what you create in life comes from a negative space, no matter how galing or how celebrated it is, if it comes from something negative, it won't bloom into something beautiful at the end of the day. And of course, there's the physical aspect. And which is why when I met with Pharmaton and they asked me to be one of their life chargers, I was very happy and honored and also humbled to be part of it. Because if you want to keep a healthy mind, a healthy spirit, you also have to keep a healthy body. And despite, I have hypothyroidism, and it's a condition that gives me a hard time metabolizing sugar, just my metabolism altogether. So my health is very important to me. And the fact that I have 2 kids now and a wife, I'm very hands-on. My day starts at 8 o'clock. Sorry, 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Because the first thing we do is I have to convince my son that it's a good thing to wake up.
He has
Because
to get up.
He has to get up, but I don't want to force him.
Okay.
So sometimes I pretend, hey, let's play with your blocks, I don't want to play with my blocks. Oh, let's play with your dragon, So the day starts that way, until I can convince him that there's something fun to do outside the bedroom. So once I get him out of the bedroom, I start to have my breakfast with him, and then I bring him to school. Go to the gym, because it's important to go to the gym also. And then I pick him up after the gym, go home, have lunch with my family. And then I work all throughout the night. I usually come home at around 9 o'clock already on weekdays. And what's important to me, aside from working out, is also eating the right food, like what Hindi said. In fact, I met Hindi through email once, because I'm very much into the whole organic and holistic kind of food, because 80–90% of our food's genetically engineered already, diba? And probably has pesticide. So you're not eating what God has intended you to eat. And aside from that, I make sure that I have good food, but at the same time, I also make sure that I get supplemented well. And the reason why I like Pharmaton is when I found out that it had ginseng. Ginseng adds to the resilient body, which is something what my mom told me, always be resilient. So it's not just physical, mental, it's not just mental and emotional, it's also physical. So ginseng is very good for that. And the dianol, it helps with the focus. And sometimes you're thinking of so many things throughout the day, work, family, teaching. Focus is very important, so the dianol is a good thing to have. And then the same thing with food, no matter what you eat, you don't get all the nutrients you need. So I think having that blend of multivitamins there really helps.
To supplement whatever it is that the foods now bring.
Absolutely, you said it perfectly. So yeah.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another Pharmaton Life Charger in the person of Chef Rob Pengson. Thank you so much. And right now, we would like to invite all of the Pharmaton Life Chargers onto the stage, please. Everyone, please do join me out here. So we're starting off with Ms. Hindi Weber Tantoco, Mr. Maxi Abad, Ms. Michelle Reza Avercajado, Mr. Anthony Suntay, and of course, Chef Rob Pengson. And everyone, please do get ready. If you've got any questions for any of our live chargers, now is a good time to ask them. We're open to everything and anything that may be crossing your mind.